What's up, everybody? This is aeiouhd and welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to be reviewing the LeBron James movie. That's what it's called, right? No, it's called Space Jam: A New Legacy, okay. Space Jam 2. So I have seen the original Space Jam movie. I haven't watched this original Space Jam movie in a while, so I don't know how that's going to influence my decision here. But I just saw Space Jam 2 in theaters like an hour ago. I just finished like an hour ago, and I have some thoughts to give on it, okay? I'll say that. Quickly, I wanted to say that I do believe that the original Space Jam movie is a charming and great piece of cinema that I think holds a special place in many people's hearts. My main complaint with Space Jam 2 is that there's so much just stuff that I don't care about, and if you want to know what I mean specifically about that, is that there's just so much, like, especially like the first like 30 minutes with like LeBron and his kid and stuff, and how he wants to go to like an E3 or like a game developing camp or something like that, and it's just a really dragged out story, to be honest. The AI guy, like honestly, okay, just the story was super all around the place for like the first like 30 minutes. And, it straightened itself out a little bit when it got to Bugs Bunny, but goddamn, those first 30 minutes, looking back, they were a really slow 30 minutes before LeBron got to Bugs Bunny. Which is pretty cool because the first time I saw Bugs Bunny, he became Big Chungus, so yeah, that doesn't really add anything to the story, but I mean, it's there, so that's cool. And then after we skip all the bullshit and LeBron is with Bugs, they assemble their basketball team together because he has to do that to save his kid or something like that. I don't really know, but yeah, they assemble their team. They get all their members from like all around the place. They get the Granny from the Matrix for some reason. The Tasmanian Devil is dropped off by Rick and Morty, which I did not expect, but I mean, it was cool, I guess. And yeah, essentially when they get their entire team like assembled and they're all good to go, they're ready to start the basketball match. Oh my god, I gotta sneeze again. And they start the basketball match, and they're going against LeBron's going against his own son for some reason. I don't really know how that happened, but it's cool, I guess. The thing I don't like is that it takes them like an hour to get to the basketball match, which is kind of a long time. And I mean, when we get to the actual basketball match, it's not very uneventful for the first half of the basketball match. However, when they get to the second half, the Toons develop a strategy that they have to be loony, which they do, and it's actually pretty cool. But yeah, there's also this rap scene with Porky where he like disses the other team and like a rap song. But yeah, it was all right, but it kind of went on for a little too long. But I mean, the ending line was pretty good, I will say. I think the fact that Space Jam, I don't know if there's a fair comparison to make, or even a good thought that I just have, but I feel like the original Space Jam being so near and dear to so many people's hearts might have made the second movie a little bit harder to enjoy. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know if that's how human psychology works, but I personally don't think that it lived up to its original. So another complaint that I have about this movie is the fact that there's so many like emotional scenes that literally I do not care about. There's a lot of scenes where like LeBron is like super emotional with his kids, and I'm just like, you know what? I don't care, dude. I really just do not care in any way. Like you could go away. I want to see the Toons be loony. I want to see them play basketball. That'd be greatly appreciated. And then they only play basketball for a little bit, and then there's another emotional scene, which just I don't like that. Okay, I don't know if that's just me, but I don't know. One thing I did want to point out is that throughout the entire movie, there are little moments of good humor and good jokes. Like, throughout the entire movie, there are genuinely funny lines and funny jokes that were made, which is always a good thing. Sorry, I hit my pop filter. I hit it again. Which is always a good thing. But a really messy story. It's hard to redeem from that, considering it's really confusing. Another thing I don't like is how many cameos they make. I mean, it's kind of cool, but at the same time, like, I feel like it's just done just for the sake of being done. And there's a lot of like the Pennywise cameo, the Mask cameo, the Big Chungus cameo, the Rick and Morty cameo. like all of those, like they're cool and they're fine and all, but they really add nothing at all, and it just makes the story more complex than it needs to be, and just makes the writer's job harder. And it just absolutely packs the movie with just like stuff that doesn't need to be there. And yeah, I thought cameos that like flowed into the movie's story was all right, but for the most part, like it was just like really, it was just like Warner Bros. Being like, look at, we own this product, and we're gonna put it in the movie. We're gonna shove it in your face. Have fun with that. So overall, this movie does have good moments, but it's It's really a weird story, along with the kind of sometimes messy dialogue. The tunes were pretty cool, I will say. They had good moments. They worked the way they're supposed to. I also want to say that the graphics are insanely, intensely good. Not only in 2D parts and live action parts. The live action parts, Jesus Christ, those poor editors and animators, like Jesus. I don't know what they had to go through, but there was some insanely hard work that went into this film, and I gotta respect that to a degree. I just want to say that Lola Bunny looks way less hot as a 3D realistic model, and I did not like it. That kind of detracted from my experience. Not actually, but this movie does have good moments, but it doesn't live up to the original Space Jam. It has a weird story. It has a lot of just scenes that I don't care about, but it does have its good moments, and I do think that it's worth checking out, and I recommend it. But overall, from 1 to 10, what would I rate it? I would probably rate it like a 6.5. I don't regret it. I don't regret seeing it. I enjoyed my time with it, but it does have a lot of weaknesses and flaws that I have to acknowledge. So, yeah, with that, maybe you can go see it and give me your opinion in the comments. I don't know. Anyways, I'll see you on the next video, and goodbye.